Mr. Fadal.
Openness.
Thanksgiving.
Testing. Michaela changes dates.
What do you want to do?
This is not today's date. He set it up for the 24th, today is the 25th.
How to change that?
Mikhail has to change it, he has access to it.
Who?
Mikhail Kishore, sorry.
Hey, just call him. Call him. Mr. Kishore.
Kishore, he set around date, he get 24th, today is 25th.
You got Kyle Kishore.
Yes, you're calling. What do you want, the ID and password?
Yeah. YouTube.
அப்படியே அந்த யூடியூப் ஐடி பாஸ்வேர்ட் இருக்குதுண்ணா டேட் மாதிரி இருக்குது அவர்கிட்ட கேளுங்க அப்படியே நம்ம போட்டுக்கலாம்
One second, I'll read the place. Talk to him. Hi, Kishore. Yes, I remember to say the event live streaming hasn't started yet. It's that the date is not corresponding. I can't change the date. You need to log in to change the date. Who you sent it to? Okay, you send it to one of you Skype.
Which screen going on? This thing?
This is your output screen.
But you see this?
Titanic camera.
You see that when you go?
You see it out. So turn it off. Stick a tape in it.
SU@TOUEDU.org. Username SEO
SEO
at TAU edu
dot edu
no edu dot org. இப்பதான் வந்துச்சு M9
password
M9
M9
capital L capital J at
Ampersand.
yeah
Ampersand.
Ampersand.
Shift 7.
capital J 33.
what is it says here when you go into that particular page
it will just be Texila American University Admission 2000.
yeah I gave you the links for the uploading so what else is live streaming hello
Good evening, ma'am.
yes who's this
Good evening, ma'am. Oh, you
Yeah, you are
are
welcome.
to see the streaming.
okay that's one the same link right the link did not change
Yeah, the not change. It's standard.
Yes, it's done. We already got through everything. Everything is done now.
So no,
Only the UTLs
Live, just live streaming is okay. It's going.
yeah.
What is
Alright.
it, ma'am? Because we asked about Prakash's email address and
Tony.
password to get the live
The
streaming.
tape on.
Now the live streaming is on and it's going perfectly.
The tape is on. The tape is coming through.
yeah
What is it?
yeah don't worry though
No,
So
no,
how,
no,
how
we
to get that
communicated.
live?
No, we no,
That
Just
we
link?
can take
YouTube,
the process, no problem,
start
because we already
Texila American
communicated
University
and we got everything done.
2015.
Once this function is over, we can release the password and everything. Don't worry about that.
So if the YouTube is you
Is
get
the
right?
username and password
Texila
is coming?
University
Okay, okay,
graduation.
okay, okay. Oh, I got it now. I got it. I got it.
Texila American University live streaming or 2015?
Texila American
Okay,
University
okay, sure,
graduation
ma'am. We will make sure that everything is good. Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am. Sure. Sure, ma'am. Sure, sure. Sure. Ma'am, I'm in the place of live streaming. I'm in the space of live streaming. I'm the play where the live stream is going on. So you'll be seeing me, don't worry. Sure, sure, sure. Okay, sure, ma'am. Sure. Thanks, ma'am. The live stream is going good, but the conversation that we are talking here right now is being splitting up in sense. So we have to put the backstage as backstage, the silent or something else.
Okay.
Okay? Sure.
We are.
Mm-hmm.
Let's check the Texila University, American University. Was it?
American Texila University graduation.
Texila American University graduation 2015. I'm sure.
Yeah. Eight watching now. But they still taking up backstage. Date is still 24. Sorry. You mix a ton of the other. Where am I getting audio?
Yeah. YouTube.
Sorry. You mix a ton of the other. Where am I getting audio?
This right. But if you check it back now, I'm telling you, if you check it now, check it back now, you should get that. And he was getting the feedback on the eyes because it was so the ears. That's fine. Is your audio okay? That's why we'll check it back. You got earpiece?
Disaster.
Check the audio.
Input display.
Supposed to see, right?
No, you can't hear it.
So right now it's supposed to see.
Yeah, it is.
It's supposed to see the screen right now.
They got a screen center should have it. We should pull up the window.
Hold on, start on three.
Hello? Yeah. You found it? Nobody sent, you see they sent to the screen, and on next screen, if you click on that, it's supposed to start like. Yeah, just click on that and you'll see that screen start. Yeah, the stage one portion said it's the stage. The mic is working? Yeah.
I realize how to move it, but the display. Check it.
No,
Check
the
it.
camera settings.
Mine is a decade ago. Kaya ka ng kubo.
Yeah, the camera set in there for sure.
So we have to click that link again. We have to click on that video.
On the center, yeah.
Oh,
The
okay.
pop-up box and it was out.
No, maximum most of the people doesn't know that. You know how YouTube plays, right?
Hmm?
If you click it,
Yeah, it will
plays. Kanpa bro. Nada big one.
Now, now you start. Just show the YouTube video.
Oxford and international. Texila will Semmelweis University, Hungary, University of States, Hungary, University of Pax Medical School, Hungary, and University of Denmark, Hungary. Construction of new state-of-art campus is well on its way in Providence. Apart from providing world-class facility in the school itself, this campus will provide in-house residential accommodation to students and will even boast a hospital within its ground. The first phase of the new campus is expected to become operational in the first quarter of 2016. In Guyana, Texila partners with the prestigious Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation GPHC, New Amsterdam Hospital, St. Joseph's Mercy Hospital, West Demerara Hospital, and few primary health care centers in and around Georgetown. Apart from the above, we have partnerships with the hospitals in the USA, India, Philippines, and South Africa, where students can do clinical training in these locations. Effort to maintain the international standards Hear about your success. Our relationship now graduates to that of the mutual friends. The new relationship is most beautiful treasure that you will own from today. We all wish you and your families all the best. Last but not the least, I express my deep sense of gratitude to our faculty, administrative and supportive staff, and students for their cooperation in furthering the progress of the university to achieve its goal. I also extend my appreciation to the students for their exemplary behavior and participation. Thank you very much. Governor of Texila American University. To unveil this, to unveil the souvenir of Texila American University on this occasion. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Vice Chancellor. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me the pleasure and honor to introduce a son of Guyana who is a servant to the people, both locally and internationally. He has excelled in his area of specialty, whether as a journalist, a lawyer, or a politician. He has truly scored a degree of excellence in areas served. A father of proud children, a teacher of proud students, a lawyer of proud clients, a politician of proud voters, and a leader of proud followers. It gives me the distinguished honor to introduce to the podium our chief guest, the Honorable and Acting President of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, Mr. Moses Versami Nagamut.
Thank you very much. And you. Raju Bashkar, President and founder of Texila American University, Vice President Ashok Kumar, and Vice Chancellor. Bashkar, President of this university, and Vice Chancellor and his management and teaching team. For those students who have had to leave their homes thousands of miles away to come to a foreign land in order to undertake studies in such a demanding program, I understand this is a medical program, it could not have been easy for you. I trust that in spite of many challenges that you might have encountered, you nevertheless would have found our country welcoming and our people hospitable, which together would have contributed immensely towards making these past years not just bearable, but rather enjoyable and rewarding. I want to particularly commend the students from Nigeria, who I might have seen on Emancipation Day, who took the initiative to form an association here and to organize cultural activities, thereby not only keeping close to their heart with their rich culture and traditions, but also sharing them with Guyanese with whom they share an ancestry. The established presence of a private medical university in Guyana is further evidence of open partnership in both the health and education sectors which my government embraced. While it is easy to say that the public-private partnership is here to stay, I am aware, after reading a hefty file last night and this morning, that TAU in the past years faced problems associated with government bureaucracy and red tapes, and non-responsiveness to requests for concessions to expand. Yet it moved from a school of only 7 students to an enrollment of 450 from over 38 countries, all of whom live and study in Guyana. Of these, I am told 120 are Guyanese nationals who benefit from a 50% concessions and who in time would certainly join the ranks of the medical profession in Guyana. I understand that TAU aims to build a new campus, the first education tourism initiative in Guyana, with a capacity to accommodate over 1,600 students. This will certainly give a boost both to Guyana's economy and the country's reputation in the international community as a health educational center, and I applaud this initiative as being bold and innovative. The government of Guyana recognizes the benefits of such an investment. It will allow for the expansion of quality medical education and research at a time when our own medical faculty at the University of Guyana has been allowed to decline in academic standards that are necessary for recognition as an institution for medical education. So today, TAU is filling a void for certifiable medical education. It has graduated as doctors of medicine, the first batch who survived the rigorous demands of academia. For the graduates, you have reached this first mark in what I hope would be long, successful, and rewarding careers. I encourage you, therefore, to practice with dedication and diligence what you have learned, to constantly build knowledge and expertise that you have gained, and above all, stay true to the noble principles and values of the medical profession, which include compassion, selflessness, service, and integrity. In this regard, allow me to share the advice of a 16th century Swiss physician, Paracelsus, who stated that physicians must learn from the practical and everyday experience of knowing and respecting their patients, and must respect their cultures, their habits, and their personalities. Hippocrates, the 5th century founder of Western medicine, has stated that physicians should show strict professionalism, discipline, and rigorous practice. They should be calm, honest, serious, and compassionate. Well, those are, in Guyanese parlance, what I would say are heavy manners. But nevertheless, you have survived, and I say congratulations to all who have chosen this career, the mostly selfless but unrewarding path of care for fellow humans. You have chosen a path of scientific inquiry about the human condition, of our frailties and susceptibility to illness and injuries, and our need for medical care and attention. You have chosen the path of service. I grew up aroused always by the poetic music of Rabindranath Tagore, that there is a heaven of freedom where the mind is without fear and where knowledge is free. But due to the limitation of colonial societies, we were placed, as C.L.R. James noted in his book of this title, beyond the boundary. Not so today, when the technological revolution has brought us all to the middle of the pitch, and we could shine as equal players as we did in cricket. Access to academic institutions has become less restrictive, as we can see from the example of Texila American University, which is all over the world. It is at institutions such as this that you would blow away the fear in your mind that you could now be what you dreamt to become: a medical doctor, medical technician, dentist, or graduate in a related health science field. Attending a university, above all, is about enriching the mind and empowering yourself beyond your wildest dreams. Speaking about the human mind, I wish to focus on the 3 M's, about which there has been a lot of controversy: money, might, and the mind. Some believe that money is limited and does not guarantee sustainable success. We saw this when the giant in the United States, Enron, collapsed. It was said that Enron was too big, too rich to fail, but it did. Others feel that might is everything. But soon we learned that a gun runs out of bullets, that the mighty, like the Roman and later the British Empire and the German war machines, have all crumbled. Only the mind holds inexhaustible, renewable power. We see that in the creation of the internet, in the use of the electromagnetic spectrum, in the flow of data and video on the super information highway. Knowledge today is becoming accessible to all. We too can enrich our mind, renew our knowledge base, make a difference in who we are and what we are capable of doing and being. The mind is a democratic source of power. We all are endowed with it. So today, you are graduating because you have chosen to enrich your mind, to prepare it and use it as a source of power, to do what you have decided upon a career. As medical practitioners, however, I speak here as a lawyer, you are constrained by the rules of engagement, by your oath, by your codes of conduct. You must be aware that the media have become all-intrusive and also more helpful in what we do, and more particularly, how we do what we do. We are not allowed to indulge in professional malpractices. We are not allowed to be negligent. We could, but it is too costly for practitioners and institutions. The biggest court awards for damages flow from malpractice and negligence. In the old days, We had journalists following ambulances after accidents. I did. They were the ambulance chasers. Today, they raid morgues. They're the morgue raiders to find out why and how patients died, and which is why in some places, doctors practice what they call defensive medicine. But you don't have to hold back. You must not curtail your skills. Do what you're educated and trained to do with diligence, with competence, with confidence. Finally, I bring you congratulations from President David Granger. I know most people, all of you like the word finally, who regrets not being here today to share in this historic and auspicious occasion. When the first batch of students are graduating with their Doctor of Medicine degrees from Texila American University. The President left Guyana this morning for Malta to attend the Commonwealth Heads of Government Summit. And I'm honored to be here in this place and on his behalf to share with you these unforgettable moments of academic achievements. It may please you, Mr. Sergio Bashkar, as founder of TAU, to know that His Excellency assured that he would, at a convenient date, accept your offer of conferral of an honorary doctoral degree from the Central University of Nicaragua, your partner university. I also express my gratitude for your recognition of my own humble academic, literary, and professional journey over 50 years by offering to award me as well an honorary degree. I am emotionally overwhelmed by this magnanimous gesture, for which I thank you profusely. However, I am unable at this time to accept your offer, and that you keep same on hold, as I hope to return when you commission your new university campus in Providence, right here. Throughout my public life, I have never asked for nor expected accolades or rewards for my work. However, without asking, I have had more than my fair share of attacks and criticism, which is part, I am told, of the political terrain that I should accept. I have declined offers of national awards in the past, as I had felt that others were better endowed than me for such honors. But it was with humility that I accepted the Scroll of Honor in Vietnam for my work as a journalist, and an award in India for community service. It is often said that leaders are seldom recognized in their own land, which is why I'm humbled by your kindness. Again, I thank you for inviting me and to share in this historic convocation. Congratulations to all students. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Acting President, His Excellency Prime Minister, Mr. Moses Nagamoto, for your message and guidance forward. Ladies and gentlemen, I now call upon our guest of honor. This individual has been a service to Guyana as a military officer, a pharmacist, and now a minister. She has worked both locally and internationally, creating a mark for herself and her country. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the podium Minister within the Ministry of Education, Dr. Nicolette Henry.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson, and a special good afternoon. I wish to begin by recognizing His Excellency, the Acting President, the Honorable Moses Nagamoto. I also wish to recognize those citizen on the dais this afternoon and to recognize those who are especially invited, my colleague, Minister within the Ministry of Public Health, the Honorable Dr. Karen Cummings, officials of the TAU, dignitaries, parents, family members, graduating students, ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to be here to celebrate and congratulate all the graduates of TAU for the academic year 2014 to 2015. I also know it is a very proud moment for parents and family members, so my heartfelt congratulations to all. As I understand, TAU interest has grown over the years, with investment in offering quality medical education and registration with international accreditation bodies. It is also partnered with other universities and hospitals, both locally and internationally, to enhance its affiliations. Additionally, TAU has not only targeted our youth here in Guyana, but in 42 other countries, creating a golden opportunity. This investment being offered by TAU is appropriate against the background that we must create opportunities across our education system to develop every student to reach their full potential. This is not about providing education for a few students at elite and prestigious schools, but rather creating opportunities for every child in Guyana and perhaps beyond. This is not easy because it requires a lot of dedication and commitment from all of us to achieve that. Creating opportunities is important for us to groom young Guyanese in particular, so that we can secure the future of Guyana. This is even more important at this time as we prepare to celebrate our 50th year as an independent nation, when we will come together to reflect on our journey as a people, how we have made progress, how our pioneers have taken us so far, and how we can continue that legacy to build a better future together. Achieving a better future requires us being able to adapt. In fact, education experts estimate that up to 40% of what tertiary students are learning today will be obsolete a decade from now, when they will be working in jobs that have not yet been created. In reality, the top 10 most in-demand jobs in the world today did not exist 10 years ago. To say that we live in a changing world understates the speed of both the pace and scope of ongoing change. The first thing I want to ask of you, the graduates, is to continue to recognize the true value of knowledge. While it is good to possess it, it works best when you invest it. When you invest your knowledge in people, in society, it grows, and its returns are often incalculable. The adage, knowledge is power, is as true today as it was before, and it will be even truer in the future. When Sir Isaac Newton took inspiration from the infamous incident of the apple falling on his head to exploring the concept of gravity, his investment in expanding upon his knowledge of how the physical world works ended up fundamentally changing how our society functions. Today, the world continues to reap the benefit of that investment. I don't think Sir Isaac Newton quite anticipated the impact that would have on the world. And in saying that, I know that in each of you graduating today, there is a Sir Isaac Newton. And it is my hope that each of you being graduated today will go on to advance the cutting edge of your knowledge. Secondly, I want to ask of you, as you invest your time and energy in expanding your knowledge base and intellectual capital, Like any successful investor, do not be afraid to take risks. Innovation is often the inevitable result of taking risks by people who not only dedicated themselves to learning things, but often in challenging that knowledge or its application. The list of people who have achieved anything innovative in this world is also the same list of people who fail time and time again until incorporating the lessons of failure into the application of their knowledge, until they broke through to the new and unexplored territory. Additionally, I want to point out that no nation can develop without tertiary and technical education. Investment in education and training produces benefit to the individual and to the society. The return on investment for society will be a skilled workforce, and that will enable global competitiveness and economic growth, while the return at the individual level will be a better career path, increased earning, and a better quality of life. Finally, as you explore, I want to ask of you, never stop learning. What I mean by this is that oftentimes we learn to grow our story knowledge in very routine ways. We read a textbook, we pass an exam, we receive certification, we get a good job, and that's it. That, however, is not what true learning is about. True learning is about continuously engaging in the act of self-education, even as we are educating ourselves. It means, for example, contextualizing our education within a particular place and time, of seeing it in both terms of the freedom and constraints it brings. Or as someone once said to me, more simply, while you act locally, you need to think globally. I wish to share this with you. In 1992, when President Bill Clinton declared that if you just work hard and play by the rules, you will get ahead, have a good life, and pave the way for your kids to have an even better one. This is a nice sentiment that resonated with many people then. Unfortunately, it is no longer true. In 1992, the internet was only beginning to emerge. Few people used email, and students were still using encyclopedias to research assignments. It was a world in which technology had yet to revolutionize business, a world where working remotely was still a rarity, and many people stayed in jobs for life. Much has changed since then, including the rules for getting ahead. To succeed today, you must be in a constant state of adaptation, continually unlearning old rules and relearning new ones. That requires continually questioning assumptions about how things work, challenging old paradigms, and relearning what is relevant in your field of study, your career, and your life. I have to say, people who find opportunities in a changing environment are those who are actively looking for them. In life, it's so simple. You can act or be acted upon. And since change is the only constant you can truly rely on, learning to navigate and adapt to it is not just important for your survival, it is essential for you to thrive in the bigger game of life. And as a philosopher once wrote, the illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read or write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. In closing, I don't know how much you will remember of what I said here today, but I do have a favor to ask you, the graduating class. If you cannot remember everything, it is my fervent hope that you remember just these few words. Make an impact. On that note, I thank you very much.
valuable remarks. I request the Vice Chancellor to allow the degree to be presented.
Let the candidates for the award of degree be presented.
The Dean, School of Medicine.
Sir, I, the Dean of School of Medicine, present Mr. Akhilesh Mohan Kodiyar, and 19 others, who have satisfied the requirements for the doctor in medicine are considered worthy of receiving the same. I recommend that they all, including those in absentia, to be admitted to the degree. Akhilesh Mohan Kodiyar. Joshua E. Ventura John David.
I now call upon the Dean, School of Nursing.
I, the Dean of the School of Nursing, present Ms. Harriet Ntogama, who having satisfied the requirements for nursing, is considered worthy of receiving the same. I recommend her to be admitted to the Dean. Harriet Ntogama. Thank you, Mr. President, Mr. Vice Chancellor, and Academic Council.
Thank you very much, Dean, School of Nursing. I now call upon the Dean, School of Dentistry.
Sir, I, the Dean of the School of Dentistry, presents Ms. Yusra Usman Logian, 6 others who, having satisfied the requirements for the Doctor of Dentistry, are considered worthy of receiving the same. I recommend that they all, including those in absentia, to be admitted to the degree. Yusra Usman Lodi, Doctor of Dental Surgery.
recipients, please rise at your respective seats.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chairman of Academic Council of Texila American University, Guyana, I do hereby admit each of these candidates to their respective degrees and charge them to prove worthy of the same throughout their life. Let the records of the degree be presented to the President and Chairman of Board of Governors of Texila American University. The scroll may be presented. I request the Chairman of Board of Governors, the President of Texila American University, to sign the scroll. Thank you, Mr. Sadhu Bhaskar.
Thank you very much, Vice Chancellor. I request the Registrar to present the best graduate and runner-up of the year.
Sir, I present Mr. Chinido Joseph Asigbe, and Mr. George Scalia, the runner-up of the best graduate for the year 2016. I now request the Chief Guest, His Excellency, Honorable Moses Veerasamim Nagamoto, Prime Minister of Guyana, to hand over the awards to the students. Mr. Chinido Joseph Asigbo, our best graduate for 2015. Second best graduate, Mr. George Scalia. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, Mr. Registrar. I request the graduates of School of Medicine to rise for the Hippocratic Oath at their place. The Dean, School of Medicine.
Raise your right hands, please, and repeat after me. I swear to fulfill.
I swear to fulfill.
To the best of my ability and judgment.
To the best of my ability and judgment.
This covenant.
This covenant.
I will respect the hard-won.
I will respect the hard-won.
Scientific gains.
Scientific gains.
Of those physicians.
Of those physicians.
In whose steps I walk.
In whose steps I walk.
And gladly share such knowledge. As is mine. With those who are to follow.
With those who are to follow.
I will apply.
I will apply.
For the benefit of the sick.
For the benefit of the sick.
All measures.
All measures.
Which are required.
Which are required.
Avoiding those twin traps.
Avoiding those twin traps.
of overtreatment, and therapeutic nihilism. I will remember that there is art to medicine, as well as science, and that warmth, sympathy, and understanding may outweigh the surgeon's knife or the chemist's drug. I will not be ashamed to say, I know not, nor will I fail to call in my colleagues when the skills of another are needed for a patient's recovery. I will respect the privacy of my patients, for their problems are not disclosed to me, that the world may know. Most especially, must I treat with care in matters of life and death. If it is given to me to save a life, all thanks. But it may also be within my power to take a life. This awesome responsibility must be faced with great humility and awareness of my own frailty. Above all, I must not play at God. I will remember that I do not treat a fever charge, a cancerous growth, but a sick human being, whose illness may affect the person's family and economic stability. My responsibility includes these related problems if I am to care adequately for the sick. I will prevent disease whenever I can. For prevention is preferable to cure. I will remember that I remain a member of society with special obligations to all my fellow human beings, though sound of mind and body, as well as the infirm. If I do not violate this oath, may I enjoy life and art, respected while I live, and remembered with affection thereafter. May I always act so as to preserve the finest traditions of my calling. And may I long experience the joy of healing those who seek my help.
Thank you very much, Dean School of Medicine. Graduates, please take your seat. I now request the graduate of School of Nursing to rise for the Nightingale Oath at her place. The Dean School of Nursing.
Please raise your right hand. I solemnly pledge myself before God and presence of this assembly to pass my life in purity and to practice my profession faithfully. I will abstain from whatever is deleterious and mischievous, and will not take or knowingly administer any harmful drug. I will do all in my power to maintain and elevate the standard of my profession, and will hold in confidence all personal matters committed to my keeping, and family affairs coming to my knowledge in the practice of my calling.
in the practice of my calling.
With loyalty I will endeavor
With loyalty I will endeavor
to aid the physician in his work
aid the physician in his work
and devote myself
and devote myself
to the welfare
to the welfare
of those committed to my care.
of those committed to my care.
Thank you very much. Congratulations. I now request the best graduate to come to the dais and take the pledge. All other graduates, please rise for the pledge.
I pledge my knowledge and intellectual attainment to humanity. I shall use it in a manner befitting the honor and dignity of my country and of my alma mater. I shall make every effort in all circumstances to uphold the dignity of my profession and integrity of character. I shall endeavor in every way through thought, word and action to bring about the well-being of people. I shall lead a well-disciplined life and shall never forget the commandments of the sacred scriptures and the university motto. Truth triumphs, falsehood never.
I thank you very much, best graduate. And you have your seats, graduates. We now request the guest of honor, Minister within the Ministry of Education, Dr. Nicolette Henry, to permit to present the Distinguished Alumnus Award.
I present Dr. Peterson Ramona, who has been selected for the Distinguished Alumnus Award. Since she is not able to travel to Guyana, in absentia, her award is conferred. I request to receive this in absentia.
The registrar.
Dr. Ramona L. Peterson is currently practicing at the University of Alabama Family Medicine Residency after her medical studies at the Texila American University. Her passion in combating health disparities among the African American community, such as diabetes, hypertension, women's health issues, preventive medicine, health education and promotion, and alternative medicine, envisions her to open her own family medicine practice and wellness center in the Black Belt of Alabama to serve multiple countries in the area upon completion of her residency. A determined individual amidst different circumstances, being a product of her humble beginnings. She undermined other people's assumptions that becoming a doctor is impossible for her. Her more focused academic journey began when she graduated with a bachelor's in biology from the Tuskegee University in Alabama. She went on to earn her master's degree in rural and community health from the University of Alabama as part of the Rural Medical Scholarship Program, where she is particularly recognized for the role she played in introducing the Alabama Agri-Medicine Program to minority farmers across the state, earning her an Excellence in Community Engagement Award from the University of Alabama Center for Community-Based Partnerships in 2010. Among her numerous accomplishments, Peterson was named the first Black Belt Rural Medical School in the college scholar. She is also the recipient of the L.A. Post Success Story Professional Agriculture Workers Conference, as well as the University of the Alabama Graduate Student Awards for Outstanding Research Contribution during the 29. In recognition of her exemplary qualities, both in personal and academic, which is significant in community service, Academic Council and the Board of Governors of Texila American University confers the Distinguished Alumni Award to her.
Thank you very much, Mr. Registrar. Let the video message of Dr. Ramona Peterson be played.
Good afternoon. Emotional moment. I said I was not going to cry. I'm going to try not to. To TAU officials, guest speaker, visitors, family, and friends, as I stand here today, for I know the plans I have for you, to prosper you, to give you a future and a hope. Each one of us was born with the seeds of success. Our parents, our grandparents, our environment, our primary schools, our colleges, and medical schools have helped us plant the seeds, to till the soil, to nurture and nourish each one of us. Because of such influences, we have developed into that special someone who can compete with anybody, anywhere, at any level. Never underestimate the power of small. I hail from Thomaston, Alabama, population 500. I went to a small college by the name of Tuskegee University. I, along with many of you, have done something remarkable today. Something more than ordinary. Against all odds, we have risen to the highest level of success. You know, naysayers told me that I wouldn't, I shouldn't, or I couldn't be a physician. We have overcome adversity and have literally crossed many mountains and oceans to walk across this stage today to receive one of the highest degrees known to mankind, a doctorate of medicine. Years ago, I set out on this journey, never expecting this road to have so many crooks and turns. But I kept on pushing. Thank you.
Remarks by distinguished alumnus.
Good afternoon, everyone. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I'm extremely honored to be receiving such an award. I am earnestly grateful for the recognition by Texila American University and all its school officials. I also thank Texila for the educational opportunities that primed me for a career in medicine. I regret that I could not be here in person. However, I am overjoyed at what you all have accomplished thus far. Relish in the moment, because today is your day. Know that today begins a never-ending journey of learning, teaching, and responsibility. God has given you the gift of compassion, love, and moral obligation to serve all mankind. In this profession, never settle for what has already been done, but continue to strive and introduce the world to new ideas, new discoveries, and creativity. Be leaders in your communities and role models for those behind you. Let's change the world. Let's change the health status of our individual communities. Let's emulate health disparities and combat chronic illnesses that plague our nation. Be the change. As Barack Obama so eloquently stated, change will not come if we wait for some other person, or if we wait for some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change that we see. I wish you all the best of luck in your endeavors, and remember to always wear your white coat with humility, pride, and dignity. Best regards, Dr. Ramona L. Patterson.
Thank you very much. We request the President and Founder of Texila American University to grant the Award of Excellence in Public Service. The Dean reads the citation of excellence in public service.
A steadfast public servant, courageous, tolerant, just, a teacher, politician, writer, and father. These are just a few words to describe an elite gentleman, the Prime Minister of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana. As a young man, he demonstrated exemplary leadership and grew up to serve the Guyanese people as a politician with distinguished honor for 40 years. He maintained his principle to pursue his ideals and goals through the spectacle of change and resistance. As a journalist, he expressed his honest works of writing, documentation, and research, both locally and internationally. His literal writing showed he has not forgotten his roots, where his name was derived. His novel, Henry's Cure, 2001, describes a world of Tamil fishermen who inhabited the quarantine village of Vim in the 1950s and 1960s. He's a man who never forgets his people. As a lawyer, he helped the poor and fought for their interests without expectations of any rewards. He's a servant to his people. His attributes and interests for the Guyanese people are apparent in the trust and love they bestowed upon him by voting him the Prime Minister of Guyana. Texila American University joins the chorus of your admirers in saluting your accomplishments, praying for your continued success, and welcoming you to the company of alumni of this international institution. We honor you with excellence in public service.
We request the Registrar to usher Acting President, His Excellency, Mr. Moses Veresami Nagamutu.
In accordance with the decisions of the Board of Governors, Academic Council, I request the President of Texila American University to confer upon His Excellency Honorable Moses Veresami Nagamutu the Certificate of Excellence in Public Service.
And there. Go.
Executive Vice President, Mrs. Chitra Saju, may please present the memento. Thank you very much. An epitome of determination and a successful entrepreneur who has laid the foundation of Texila American University Group, which comprises of Texila American University Guyana, Texila American University Zambia, an online training company known as Texila International University and has offices in US, India, UAE, Hong Kong, Zambia, and Ghana. Students from over 70 countries walk through the page of Texila American University. Probably, he is the youngest president and founder of an international university in this region. He has introduced the right kind of leadership at various levels to lift Texila American University and its affiliates among the top global choices. His vision, passion, commitment, enthusiasm, creativity, and inspirational stewardship has steered the organization manifold towards academic innovation, excellence, and global presence. And the organization has grown 300% year on year for the last 3 years. Under his dynamic leadership, Texila American University has achieved various milestones in a very short span of time, some of which are Texila American University Guyana has become an institution with students from over 29 countries, which have made TAU to go global beyond geographical borders. A modern campus, which is currently under construction in Providence, which would be TAU in parallel with the top medical schools in the Caribbean. TAU Zambia is being launched in Lakosa, Zambia. TAU has endeavored to overcome the barriers in the field of academics and scientific research. In this quest, Texila American University is now organizing its second International Scientific E-Conference 2015 after the grand success of first International Scientific E-Conference 2014. This conference aims at providing excellent international open forum for sharing knowledge in virtual platform. TAU has founded international journals of academic and scientific research and has published 9 international index journals in the fields of medicine, public health, clinical research, and more. Texila American University is now set to be recognized as a leader committed to excellence that meets the aspiration of global community by redefining international education in the areas of health sciences, information technology, management, and all possible areas that a learner seeks to achieve at TAU. Mr. Sajubashkar has created a roadmap to achieve TAU's vision of enrollment of 40,000 students within a short span of the next 5 years, with campuses and centers worldwide across all regions. We consider ourselves to be proud Texilians, who are indeed very fortunate to be associated with Mr. Sajubashkar and TAU. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the microphone, Mr. Sajubashkar.
Acting President and Prime Minister, His Excellency, Man of the Masses, Messiah of the Poor, Honorable Moses Veerasamy Nagatu, Junior Minister in the Ministry of Education, Honorable Ms. Nicola Tingley, my mentor who has come from all the way from Trinidad to attend this event with my family, Ravindranath Maharaj, Honorable Vice Presidents, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Member of the Governing Board, distinguished personalities, guests, member of the diplomatic corps, ladies and gentlemen, faculties, and my stars of today evening. A warm good evening to all of you. Before I start my short speech, I want to say my prayers to a small incident which happened at the University of Guyana yesterday. There was a fire in 2 blocks, a small fire, and being our mother university in this country, and to whom we look upon, I extend my deepest condolences for the issue, what happened. I want to keep my speech short and simple so that the exciting graduates don't throw your caps at me instead of throwing on the air, flipping on the air. It's a privilege and honor to have been part of today's occasion. I would like to congratulate the graduating students for your achievements. 4 years back, I promised few of my students on a conversation that our first graduation would be in our own multi-facility international campus in Guyana. Unfortunately, we couldn't do it in our own campus this time because our constructions were delayed unexpectedly. But definitely the next graduation, I believe, would be and should be in our own campus in Providence. So, but to make it as close as possible, I asked our Vice Chancellor to choose princes because it will at least remind us that our goal to accomplish the campus is close by. Okay. This graduation would not have been possible if my first batch of students did not have the faith or the trust on us. When all the world around us was come crumbling, we stood strong with us, with great conviction and faith. Today, what the world sees in Texila as the fastest growing medical school in the region is a result of the trust, patience, faith you, my students, have invested in Texila. I would like to express my gratitude by bowing before all my students. Students from all over the world wait for this big day, the day of graduation, the day of convocation. This day is important for the university and the students as well. This day, the university feels proud, like a mother giving birth to a child. We grew with you, nurtured you, and gave you the best what we can. And seeing you born with a purpose gives us the greatest joy in the world today. Graduation is both concept and a process. A concept because in real life, every day you graduate, and a process because it goes on until you live. If you can grasp that, you will definitely make a difference. As young graduates, you are about to embark on your own extraordinary journey and create your life's own adventures. I congratulate you for the hard work and the pressures you have undergone that made you shine like diamonds today. A new chapter is about to begin. A myriad of new challenges and opportunities are on your horizons. This day will continue to remain as a significant milestone in your life journey. From now onwards, you will be entering a new world of competition. You must know for sure that competition will not end until you feel confident of meeting uncertainties and challenges and face those with positive attitude. I believe Texila has prepared you for that because all the challenges that you have gone through here and graduated out today is a result of the confidence that you have in yourself and in the organization. I'm sure you will be very successful in your field. And there's a quote by Swami Vivekananda who says, do not look back, look forward. Infinite enthusiasm, infinite daring, and infinite patience, then alone can great deeds be achieved. Nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm, and there's no substitute for hard work. Recognize that there will be failures, and acknowledge that there will be obstacles. But you will learn from your mistakes, for there is very little learning in success. This convocation is a point that marks an ending and a beginning. An ending for Texila, because you pass out as our students and become our alumni. But forever, you're members of our community. Even as we wish you great success, tremendous happiness, and life filled with learning pace, we want to remind you that this is your home to which you belong, to which you do return every once in a while to share your knowledge and experience and regale with us the stories of your success. We will always embrace you back with a smile, warmth, and pride. Also remember, we will not forget to fight again. And once the fight is over, we'll hug each other as we do always. That's our motherly love for you. And this is a beginning because it's a new life for you. On behalf of Texila American University, I wish you all a successful career as leaders, serving your nations and our nation here in Guyana. Your leadership will enable to implement the common vision for nation's growth, whichever country you are in. I hope you will make a lifelong commitment to exercising leadership, I believe which you learned in Texila, remembering that it isn't about staring at anything, it's about offering the best that is in you to those who need your help. Congratulations to each one of you. I wish you all a great adventure on the road ahead. I would like to end my speech, as I promised, I kept it short, and let you go and enjoy throwing your caps in the air by stating a quote from Albert Fraser. The first step in the evolution of ethics is a sense of solidarity with other human beings. As doctors and healthcare professionals, that's what you need the most. I once again thank all my staff, the Vice Chancellor, the Vice President, every one of you who worked to make this a grand success. And I would thank the Acting President and Honorable Prime Minister and the Junior Minister of Education for gracing this occasion with their presence and blessing all the graduates as passing out of the day. God bless. Thank you.
Vice Chancellor.
Now I request President of Texila American University to declare the graduation ceremony of 2015 closed.
I declare the ceremony closed and thank the Chief Guest and Guest of Honor.
Ladies and gentlemen, just one more thing before we leave. I request all the dignitaries, the degree recipients, members of the Board of Governors and Academic Council, the proud parents, faculty and staff of Texila American University, invited guests, and the person present here to rise for a Texila anthem. Thank you very much. You may have your seats, please. Now I request to have a photo session of graduates with the dignitaries. I request the Academic Council to sit and the dignitaries to come forward for the photo shoot. Students, please come and join the dignitaries.
All the graduates, please come forward.